Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ben, aka Notions. I make videos primarily about drugs, whether they be illicit, illegal drugs or whether they be prescription drugs. I make videos on all the drugs I have tried throughout my 36-year life so far, as of June 2020 I should say really, but I like saying 2020. Anyway, someone called Roan MacDonald wanted me to make a video response for him. This video is about why it is so difficult to withdraw from the benzodiazepine drug called Clonazepam, aka Clonopin in the United States of America. Now, Clonopin is the second, I think, most addictive benzodiazepine out there, with the first most addictive benzodiazepine, in my own experience of course, being Xanax, aka Alprazolam, in the United States of America. In the USA, Xanax is prescribed for acute severe anxiety, it is prescribed for seizures, it is prescribed to relax muscles if you have damaged a muscle or you've got inflammation. A benzo might be used to help with the recovery whilst prescribed PRN. This means that it's not to be taken every single day, but it is to be taken as needed, on an as needed basis. So when you are suffering with tight muscles or a bit of pain, when you need a bit of relaxation, then you can take your PRN dose of Clonazepam. It is safe to take this on an empty stomach or a full stomach. There isn't any problems to do with lining your stomach for benzodiazepines. It's not like folic acid, which I am on now, where you have to have eaten just before taking the tablet to line your stomach. And obviously anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen and naproxen require you to have eaten something like a meal or even some toast, anything really that's gonna, any food to soak up the pill. And naproxen is what I am on now for my inflamed leg and the pain in my lower region of the back, just above my buttocks, and my lower half of my back, just like down, right, the lowest I can get in my back basically, without touching my arse, is where it's painful, the bottom of my back. And it could be a number of things. It could be a bulging disc, it could just be bruised, which it probably is bruised. And I just got prescribed some naproxen for it today of my female doctor, my female GP I should call her. She works in Neatside Surgery in Bude, North Cornwall, where I live now. Well, I live just outside Bude, but I can see Bude from my bedroom window, and it's about 3/4 of a mile, half a mile to 3/4 of a mile to get into town. Sorry about that background noise. It's Miss Resident P having a tantrum, tender tantrum at 47 years old, wanting his mummy. Unfortunately, now he's tapping stuff. He's just always in a bad mood. I think he needs to smoke some weed, take a leaf out of my book and get puffing. And now he tells himself what to do. He doesn't even have a voice in his head, I don't think. He should be dead. If you have a voice in your head, you should be dead, I would have thought. Because you need a voice in your head to be alive, don't you? I can't understand it. How do you think without a voice in your head? Very difficulty. With great difficulty, I meant to say then. With difficulty, it came out as. And basically, I hope Roll likes this video response, but Clonazepam is a hard drug to come off of, because 1 milligram of Clonazepam is equal to a whopping 20 milligrams of diazepam. So say you're on 2 milligrams of clonazepam, you're effectively taking 40 milligrams of diazepam. So you take 4 milligrams of clonazepam, which is actually a widely known prescribed dose. You're actually taking 80 milligrams, the equivalent, I should say, of 80 milligrams of Valium, which is a very, very high dose. No one in the UK would get prescribed 80 milligrams of Valium. I've seen some people in the United States, disgustingly, being prescribed 8 milligrams of Xanax. 8 milligrams of Xanax. That's the same as taking 160 milligrams of diazepam, aka Valium. This makes me mad. It's sick. People are going to be so hooked on these benzos that they're never going to lead a normal life again. They are not going to be able to come off 160 milligrams of Valium when they cross over to the longer half-life drug, as in diazepam. Xanax only has a small half-life of about 6 to 8 hours or 6 to 12 hours. And Valium has a half-life of something like 36 to 200 hours, I've read on Wikipedia before. That's how I know my stuff, because I've researched it through the internet, and I've got a lot of personal experience with all of the drugs I mentioned. I've taken Galenica, Clonazepam before, I've taken alprazolam before, Xanol, Xanax, alprazolam, it was called. This was from somewhere like I can't remember. It's one of the countries out in Europe, somewhere, or South Africa. I can't really remember now. A long way from England though, not Asia or Australia. Somewhere like South America, I think they were originally from. Salanol, Ksalon or something. It's a weird spelling for the name Salanol, Ksalon or something like that. You have to say it fast to get it right, else it just sounds, not smells, it sounds stupid. So sorry for making that mistake. It just came out wrong. Mr. P is doing my head in. I can't think straight when he's shouting. It makes me nearly say what he's saying. Stupidity, you know. He's never even smoked weed before, and he's 47 years old. It's just really weird. I've never met anyone in my life who's never smoked weed before. Apart from little kids that are 5 years old. Like cousins, great cousins of mine. Things like that, like really distant relatives. Even my uncles have smoked weed before, and great uncles, I think. I'll be surprised if my relations haven't smoked weed. My dad used to smoke a bit of weed, and my mum used to smoke a bit of weed, but my mum got paranoid off weed, so she didn't smoke it again. I know what it's like getting paranoid off weed. I used to get mega paranoid off weed sometimes. I used to smoke 2 ounces of weed each week. This went on for about 4 or 5 years. And 2 ounces a week cost me £200. £100 on the ounce. None of this 10 quid a gram nonsense. 10 quid back then was buy me Henry. An eighth of anything is 3.5 grams. 3.5 grams. But sometimes people just give you 3 grams for an eighth. And I disagree with this. You should get the extra half a gram. Because an eighth, after all, is 3.5 grams, not 3 grams. 3.5. That half a gram could make you 2 or 3 grifters. And it could make you 2 or 3 roll-ups, like small joints with tobacco and weed on the top, like I used to do. I just smoke a hell of a lot of them and get high. And anyway, I roll McDonald, I think it was called. But to go back to the start of the video, the person on my YouTube that asked for a video response as to why Clonazepam or Clonazepam is so addictive and hard to come off of. I've explained that 1 milligram of Clonazepam is equal to 20 milligrams of diazepam, apart from the half-life. the clonazepam has a shorter half-life, so you're more likely to redose sooner than you would redose on the longer half-life drug, as in